Good morning and Shabbat Shalom. Day 568, 81 weeks since the horrific massacre of October 7th, the horrific Shabbat, where over 6,000 inhumane, barbaric, rapists, modern-day Nazis, monsters infiltrated Israel, and they went from community to community, from a house to a house, and massacred anyone who came in their way. They targeted Jews, Christians, and Muslims, anyone who was in Israel, humans and dogs. They didn't spare anyone. They didn't show any mercy. They brutally murdered 1,200 innocent women, men, elderly, and children, and even babies. They raped so brutally the women and the young women and even some men. And they tortured the families to levels that we never seen before, so barbarically. They were tying the families and they were torturing the parents in front of the children and the children in front of the parents, and then they set them on fire alive. Then they kidnapped 251 people and was holding them, torturing them, executing them, and they are still holding 59 hostages for 568 days, 81 weeks. We are here every morning, never giving up, never forgetting, never forgetting, never forgiving. And we're demanding from these inhumane, barbaric rapists, modern-day Nazis, monsters, to surrender and let all 59 hostages go immediately, at once, in one phase, in one bus, all of them together. No one is left behind, and Israel should give up nothing. Even Mahmoud Abbas, president of the Palestinian Authority, is calling Hamas sons of dogs and calling them to release the hostages. Where is the pro-Hamas supporters? Where is other world leaders? Why is Mahmoud Abbas can say it and not president or prime minister of France or the UK or Canada? Only at this point, only Israelis allies, President Trump, our greatest ally, and now Mahmoud Abbas calling for the release of the hostages. We need international pressure on Hamas, on Egypt and Qatar and Iran, all countries who are supporting them financially and shielding them from persecution. Egypt is proposing deals that will let Hamas off the hook. Let just them go for 5 years truce. We're gonna stop the war. We're gonna promise to withdraw all of the Israeli troops. We're gonna give them back all the territory that right now has been conquered by the IDF in order to put the pressure on them. Instead of Egypt, instead of opening your border in Rafah and letting refugees in so Hamas cannot use them as human shields and putting pressure on Hamas, that's the ridiculous deals they're coming up with. This is why we're not moving anywhere, because the pressure is not being put on the right place. You have the idiots in Israel who are going out to the streets to protest the government who brought home 196 hostages, who eliminated the heads of Hezbollah, the heads of Hamas, and continuously eliminating terrorists who have been complicit on October 7th. They've been spokesperson, this mouthpiece for Hamas, this delusional Israel is so shameful. I'm really ashamed of their behavior. But it's a democratic country. They have the free speech to say whatever bullshit they want to say. But they should be called out for this ridiculous ideology. Israel must do whatever it needs to defend itself. We cannot allow Hamas to stay in power. Hamas will not stay in power. We will continue the war as long as 59 hostages are still there and Hamas is still in power and threatening Israel and killing our soldiers and shooting rockets towards Israeli civilians. Meanwhile, you have other countries, thankfully, not enough, but Paraguay is joining other countries who have brain, common sense, and designated Hamas and Hezbollah finally as terrorist organizations. This to put pressure on them, this to go and persecute them or deny them any entry. Anyone who's affiliated with Hamas and Hezbollah. I'm grateful for the steps that Paraguay has been taking, also to strengthen the relationship between Israel and Paraguay, and also America and Paraguay. I hope more countries will join and put pressure. Also, amazing to hear, our best friend and ally is on the verge of brokering another peace deal, bringing another country, big country, major player in the region to the Abraham Accords. Trump has said that he thinks that Saudi Arabia is very close to join the Abraham Accords. As a reminder, the Abraham Accords were the historic peace agreements in the Middle East that was brokered by Trump and his administration in his first term. We saw historic peace agreements between Israel, the UAE, Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco. And hopefully now soon we can add Saudi Arabia to this list and more countries. These are countries who are choosing life over death, choosing good versus evil, chooses light versus darkness. These are countries who are done with the terrorism and this cancer that occupying their minds. And they want to choose better future for them and for Israel. And this is amazing. That's what we want to see. Peace in the Middle East. And that's what we are going to achieve. We will continue to defend ourselves. On this Shabbat, I want to wish continuous peaceful Shabbat for the IDF soldiers to be safe, for the 59 hostages to be rescued immediately or released immediately, whichever you choose, and get back home immediately. And for the Jewish nation around the world, stay strong, resilient, and proud, and remember that even though we went through all of these horrific massacres that no other group, no other nation in the world have been through continuously for thousands of years, yet we're surviving. They have nothing against us. We are an immortal nation, and we will continue to live proudly in an ancestral homeland between the Jordan River throughout Judea and Samaria, and in Jerusalem throughout the Mediterranean Sea for eternity. Am Israel Chai forever, and Shabbat Shalom.